Welcome, beautiful people. My name is Mounina. I'm an author, a speaker, and a coach. But first of all, who are you? Are you your name? Your gender? Your nationality? Are you your role of a parent, children, friend, lover? Or your profession, perhaps? Or your possessions? Or even better, or your personality? Well, for sure, you have all of those, at least most of those. And they're all so important and so precious. But first of all, we are spiritual beings, having a human experience, not the other way around. We are not human beings having sometimes, maybe, a spiritual experience. No. We are spiritual beings. We are souls on a journey. We are a vibration disguised in a beautiful human body. Look around how you're beautiful. What I want to share with you today, I learned following a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis I received 12 years ago. I knew nothing about that. I want to share with you 3 tools. First of all, I want to share with you the magical act of allowing life. Second, the secret skill of listening to life. And finally, I want to share with you the result formula for creating a life you love. Sounds good? Mm-hmm. Let's begin. Your life is always whispering to you. And if you don't get the whisper gets louder. And you might get a problem. If you really don't pay attention to your life, it's going to start screaming. This is when the whole brick wall of your life can come crashing down. This is exactly what happened to me. But I must admit, I was not listening to anything. Not my body, not my mind, not my emotions. I was also not listening to my unconscious mind, meaning to my dreams at night and the synchronicities, also known as daydreams. I was not listening to those. Also, I was not listening to my intuition. Are you listening? Before we can listen to life, we must allow life to happen. What does it mean to allow life? It simply means to say yes to life, to what is already here. It means to receive life, to welcome life, to be open for life, to accept and love life. Allowing life is becoming humble towards life, because in reality, we don't control life. Life controls us. We don't control the weather, we don't control other people, especially not. We don't control life. The only thing we can control is our current thought and our perception of life, and also our reaction to life. Allowing life is also withholding any judgment we have. Because, in fact, life is neutral, but it is our personality that judges everything. But life is neutral, and we control our perception, as I just said. Allowing life is also raising your consciousness or deepening your consciousness. It is realizing that you are at the center of your own life, that everything is happening for you, not to you, but for you, for the evolution of your soul, the ever opening of your heart, the ever deepening or increasing of your consciousness. Allowing life is an opportunity to become conscious of your own conscious self. And that's a whole life journey. I must admit again that I knew nothing about allowing life. I was all about resistance, which is the exact opposite of allowing. I would say no to that person, no to that event. Basically, I would say no to life. But one day, seemingly out of the blue, the whole left side of my body paralyzed. And I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. After a few years of denial and my disease becoming worse, I decided to allow what was already here, meaning my life destroyed. I will remember this day always. I was in the hospital after a severe crisis of MS. This is when I began to allow life. I began to listen to life. The day that I began to listen to life, to allow life, is also the day that I began to heal. I began to listen to what was seeking to emerge through me. And I began the lifelong journey of becoming more conscious of my unconscious self. I wrote a book about my healing journey called Receiving the Healing Gift in MS, because I know today that MS came to heal me. I would say to heal, maybe in 2 sentences. First of all, even to transform any result in your life, not only to heal, but to change any result in your life. First of all, allow life. Listen, what does she have to say with this event? Second step to move forward is to raise your vibration. Because remember, we are vibrational beings. I can tell you that today, the vibration I am in is so much more loving than the one I was in 12 years ago. Slowly, yes? Okay. So, allowing life leads to listening to life. So let's review. What does it mean to allow life? It means to say yes to what is already here. It means to receive life, to welcome life. to be open for life, to love and accept life. It means to withhold judgment towards life, to become humble towards this force guiding us, controlling us. We become humble. Allowing life is raising your consciousness, realizing that everything is happening for you. And it's an opportunity to become more conscious of your unconscious self, which is, again, a lifetime journey. And allowing leads to listening. Are you listening to your body? This temple that your soul inhabits. This miracle that never lies. And that loves you so much. That can speak to you. Today, I listen to my body. I certainly don't always understand what he's saying to me, but I always know that he's saying something because it is divinely intelligent. So I listen. I'm open to hearing the message that's coming through my body. So are you also listening to your mind and your emotions? As a spiritual beings, we have the ability to awaken and observe in ourselves. The part of us that can notice our thoughts, for example, and everything else. Let's play together, shall we, for a while? Can you notice your right foot, your left knee, your right hip? Can you notice the chair you're sitting on? Can you notice your belly, your heart, your left shoulder, your right wrist, your throat, the tip of your nose, the top of your head, the sound in the room, even outside the room. Can you also notice the air caressing your skin right now? We have the ability to direct our attention as souls. We can choose where we put our attention. We have the ability to notice everything and especially our thoughts. This is a huge relief. Because we can, first of all, notice them, but also we can choose them. This is an amazing gift given to us as spiritual beings that we don't have to be a victim of our thoughts. We can actually choose to generate new thoughts. I learned that we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts every day. That's a whole lot of thoughts to notice. And some of those don't even come from you. They come from the collective unconscious. But what is always very conscious, what is always the result of your own thoughts, even if most of them are unconscious, is how you're feeling. Because your emotions, your feelings are always the result of your thoughts. So we simply have to notice how we are feeling, and then we can always choose to generate thoughts that are going to make us feel more expansive. And gratitude is always a choice available for us because there is so much to be grateful for. Right now, we are being breathed. Let's take a few breaths together. Inhale deeply in your belly. Exhale and feel grateful for this gift of life. Again, inhale in your belly. And feel grateful that you're being breathed right now. One more time. Exhale and feel grateful that you're alive right now. So, are you noticing your body, your mind, your emotions? Are you also listening to your unconscious mind? Meaning, are you listening to your dreams at night and the synchronicities in your life? And lastly, are you listening to your intuition? Your intuition is your inner guidance system. It is your connection with your soul. It is life speaking to you. And I believe today that there is nothing more rewarding than to listen to life. We all have this mental faculty of intuition, by the way. We are all connected with our soul, so we all have this capacity. We are all intuitive. But how does your intuition speak to you? Often it's through a still small voice. The voice that comes from your heart or from the right side of your brain. Or you can receive an image. Or you can have a sensation in your body. Or you can do a dream at night. Or again, have a synchronicity in your life. We can also purposefully tap into our intuition. We can use signs in nature. We can also use cards like the tarot, the I Ching to access it. And finally, we can also practice heart-brain coherence. This is a deep intuition on demand, meaning we can practice this technique anywhere and at any time. It is always available for us. We're going to practice together in a moment. But first, I want to warn you. The information that comes from your intuition is not rational. It doesn't come from your left brain. It is beyond logic. So it takes courage to follow it. Right now, think of something you would like to ask your intuition, your inner wisdom. Could be anything. Just think of something in your own privacy of your mind. And then we're going to practice together heart-brain coherence to access your intuition. It's only 3 steps. First step is to move your attention from your head to your heart. And we do this by physically touching your heart. If you feel comfortable, follow along with me and let's all do this together. Touch your heart with your hand, thus moving your attention from your head to your heart and turning your attention inside towards your inner world of thoughts and feelings. Second step is to slow down your breathing. So we can inhale for the count of 5, 5, and exhale for the count of 5. Again, inhale slowly for the count of 5, and exhale for the count of 5. Keep going. This tells your body that you're safe, so you can relax. And you can also imagine that you're breathing in and out through your heart center. One more time together. Inhaling as if through your heart. And exhale through your heart. Very good. Last step, third step, is to generate a feeling of compassion, gratitude, appreciation, awe, love for anything or anyone. So you can think about your parent, your children, your pet, your lover, your friend. You can also think about a victory you had or a moment of communion you have with life. The important is really to generate this feeling and feel it in your heart as much as you can. And we do this by creating the image in our mind, the thought. This is going to generate the feeling in the heart. Let's take 2 more deep breaths together and generate the feeling in your heart. Tune into your heart. After you do this for at least 3 minutes, you are harmonizing the connection between your head and your heart and tuning into your intuition. Once the connection is established, you can ask the question you just thought of. So you can ask the question. Second, you listen for the answer. And finally, you take a step to honor it, to follow the guidance, your wisdom. It is said that the longest journey any human being will ever travel is the one from the head to the heart. But I can assure you also that your greatest power lies in your heart, because the magnetic field from the heart is 5,000 times stronger than the one from the head. So your power is in here. I can tell you that today I listen to my intuition, because I know it is life speaking to me, always guiding me. Well, how are you doing so far? We talked about the magical act of allowing life. We also talked about the sacred skill of listening to life. Basically, I would say just tune in to the aliveness of life, because we live surrounded by a presence that is alive, that is intelligent, that is loving. Now I want to talk to you about my third point, which is sharing with you the resolve formula for creating a life you love. As a life mastery consultant, I discovered a proven, reliable, repeatable system of transformation for how to turn your dreams into your realities, called the Dream Builder. The Dream Builder program is based on more than 40 years of study and research on the most successful people on the planet, and how they have used 10 success principles to turn the desires in the heart into the landscape of their realities. And now my intention for our time together left is that you leave here knowing 3 tools to help you achieve your goals and dreams even faster. That you get some clarity on what those dreams are, and that you feel even more confident in the power that lives in you to achieve those dreams. I will begin with a story to help us take the first step. A mother mouse was leading her 3 children throughout the house, when all of a sudden they come across the corner, they see a cat. The cat is about to attack. The mother mouse then says in a loud voice, "Oh, oh!" The cat gets scared and he runs off. The mother mouse then turns to her babies and she says, that's the power of learning more than one language. That's a fun story, but the cat represents what was standing in the way of where the mouse wanted to be. Right now, there is something standing between you and what you want. There is a language, a pattern, a way of doing things that, when you apply to your life, creates the results you want. And when you want to consciously apply this language, you can improve almost any area of your life. I learned that the universe speaks to us through two signals: the feeling of longing and the feeling of discontent. The feeling of longing for something we haven't yet created. Also the feeling of discontent with current pains and conditions. So we can be either pulled by a vision or we can be pushed by circumstances. Those two signals, our longings and our discontent, are what sparks us to grow into the next version of ourselves. In the Dream Builder program, there are 10 principles that can skyrocket your success when you apply them to your life. And today, you will learn 3 of those principles that you can start applying right now. And for those of you who want to take this information further, I have a gift at the end. But for now, let's expand together your awareness by studying what I call the resolve formula. Your thoughts create feelings, your emotions. If you're thinking joyful thoughts, you're going to feel happy. If you're thinking about your big to-do list, you're going to feel stressed. And your feelings cause your actions. We take different kind of actions, whether we are feeling confident, energized, or if we are feeling depressed, frustrated. And it is our actions or lack of actions that create a result. This is simply the law of cause and effect. So your thoughts create your feelings, create your actions, create your result. Some people resist this concept. They don't like that their life is the result of their own thinking. It is absolutely true. This brings us to the third Dream Builder principle, which is to design your dream. Tony Robbins said that setting goals is the first step to turning the invisible into the visible. So, what do you want? What would you love? I gave you a sheet for your personal notes. So I would ask you to write that down. What would you love? Because clarity is power. Just tune in to yourself and ask yourself, what would I love? We have 4 areas of life where we create results anyway. Our health, our relations, our vocation, and our freedom. Pick one area and then write down what would you love in this area of your life. Take a few seconds now to do that. Very good. First step. This leads us to the second dream principle, which is to make a firm decision for your dream. Want to make a firm decision for our dreams, even in the absence of perfect conditions. A whole stream of matter begin to occur and rush for the fulfillment of that decision. Best-selling author and renowned life coach Bob Proctor says this: there is one single mental faculty that has the potential to improve your life, business-wise or personal-wise, and it could lead you down the road of success. The name for this magical mental faculty is called decision. What about you and your dream? The one you just wrote down. It all starts by making the firm decision that today you're going to go after your dream. It's how it all begins. This leads us to the third principle, which is to befriend your fear. What do I mean by befriend your fear? I mean, make fear your friend. Once we decide for a dream, there's a part of us that says, yes! And there's also a part of us that says, yeah, right. How are you going to do that? Or the devil could say, you don't have what it takes. You've never done that before. That's the voice of fear, trying to keep you from failing. How many of you here have had a failure in your life? We all have. When we were babies, we all started as non-walkers. But you all kept going and you all became walkers. Something happens. When we grow older, we stop giving ourselves the permission to fail. But not you. When the voice of fear rises up and says, what if you fail? Let your response be, bring it on. If I fail, I will rise up, I will keep going, and I will succeed. Fear and failure are prerequisite for achieving great dreams. Regarding that dream you just wrote down, what is one action step that you can take that will move you in the direction of your dream? For now, suspend the how. Just think of one action step that you could take that will going to move you in the direction of your dream. Remember, clarity is power, so write it down. And also, write down by when are you going to take that action step. The choices and actions we take today are ultimately who we become tomorrow. These are just 3 of the 10 principles of the Dream Builder. Were they helpful for you? Let me recap them. We saw first principle is to design your dream. What would you love? Second principle we saw is to make a firm decision for your dream. Third principle is to befriend your fear. Make fear your friend. Here's that gift I promised you at the beginning. You've received 3 sheets today. One to take some notes, and also one I wanted to share with you the 12 steps of the Dream Builder that I coach, where I go in depth into those 10 principles. You also received a sheet to request a strategy session, a coaching session with me. This is a 1-hour conversation on the phone where we get clear on exactly where you are now what you would love to create in the next most important step. This session is valued at $100. But because you're here today at the awareness exhibition, your next step is this session with me at no charge, completely complimentary, if you're ready to invest in achieving your dreams. Remember how we opened up that talk by reminding ourselves of the truth of who we really are. We are vibrations. Now, remember, as you walk out through that door, that what is within you is far greater than any challenge you're facing. You have incredible power within yourself. And I believe in you. This is your time to take bold action and to go after your dream. And as the philosopher Goethe said, at the moment of commitment, the universe conspires to assist you. I would love to meet you, to connect with you more. I am inviting you to come visit me at my stand, kiosk number 385. So I can share with you my book, my story, and I can schedule with you this coaching session. So I brought my calendar. So if you're ready to take your dream to the next step, please come to see me. Be blessed, beautiful people.